afternoon. I am Miguel Garzón from TheGE News. In today's discussion section, we will be talking about the importance of the economy in the daily life of Colombians, based on a study made to a group of people of different age. For this, we will have three guests who will help us with this controversy.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. I'm Laura Cortés, a student of the Economics Faculty of the University of Rosario.
Good afternoon. I am Angela Barrera, and I have been studying the family economy of Colombia for 5 years.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for this invitation. My name is David Saez, and I am a moderate investor. I'm with you today to talk dupes and to tell you more about the investment world.
We thank you for being here. If you like, we can begin. We have the first question: is economics really important for everyday life? Believe it or not, many people question this, so I would like you to give your opinion on this.
Miguel, of course, is important. This is what helps us to have a sustainable life, although we must know how to manage all our income and expenses, otherwise we can generate economic problems in the short, medium, or long term.
I agree with Laura. From my perspective, the economic is fundamental for daily life because family must make a correct distribution of income and expenses of the family nucleus to achieve the satisfaction of their fundamental needs such as food, work, and housing.
We will be back in a few moments with more questions. We are going to a commercial break.
To find out who's better for the economy, ordinary people or billionaires. So here we have 5 people who all lost money because of cuts and austerity. We're going to give them that money back in the form of a pay rise, pension, disability support, a student grant, and a small business loan. And now we're going to go to our billionaire and give him £20,000 in the form of a tax cut. So what are they going to do with their money? Susan has used her money to pay for the family shopping. Tom gets some repairs done on his car. Everyone we gave money to is spending it in the local community. And the people who get that money go on to spend it too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All this money changing hands creates economic growth. Businesses take in more profits and they can hire more people, and they too go on to spend their wages. With every transaction, the government takes in more revenue, and they can use this to build new roads, hospitals and schools, and they can also hire more teachers, firefighters and police officers. Not only will these people spend the money that they earn, but they'll also make our country a better place to live in, attracting more investments and tourism. Now let's see what the billionaire has done with his money. Hi. So, how have you used the extra cash to stimulate the economy?
Pardon?
You know, the £20,000 tax cut we gave you. Have you hired any new staff or invested in local business?
Oh, that money. I completely forgot about it. In fact, I might still have it. Oh.
So, what are you going to do with it?
Send it to the Cayman Islands with the rest, I guess.
So you won't mind if we take that back then?
Security?
So as you can see, getting money into the hands of ordinary people does a lot more for the economy than giving tax cuts to billionaires. So if you agree, vote Labour on Thursday the 2nd of May, and let's rebuild Britain for the many and not just the few.
Many families want to kind of hope to have a more stable economy, and for this they think good income in investments. But how does this work? Are there risks?
Investments, as many know, are about investing in the stock market to have a return in return. That is to say, to obtain a profit. And to answer your second question, there are risks, but this is if you invest in unreliable entities, since not all investment entities are very reliable.
That is correct. I think a good way to balance the economy can be by investing. Many times people are full and unfortunately they don't receive what they expected, thus losing their money. However, something that people should know is that investments always involve a risk, even if it is minimal.
That's right, that's with the risk of an investment should be clear, since there is a great impossibility that the value of the investment will increase or decrease. In this way, there is the probability of negative financial consequences because the benefits obtained are less than expected.
Next question. Do you consider that saving is key to have a stable economy? I think this is important, but I would like to hear what Angela and David thinks.
Saving is a good method to obtain an extra income in life. However, I do not consider it a key to have a stable economy, since it is only useful for a specific moment and not to have a good stable economy.
I think saving is important because it allows you to make expenses without worrying money. However, in order to have a stable economy, the most important it is to manage the expenses we have. That is to say, we must control our resources through saving strategies that allow us to establish short-term financial goals in order to have a good economic stability.
I agree with David. Saving is good for cases where it's needed, but you can depend on this to have a good economic stability.
According to the pandemic and the survey that was conducted, do you think that Colombians' income will increase or decrease after the COVID-19 contingents?
I was able to observe the results and I was struck by the fact that 33.3% of the group of people surveyed answered that their income will increase because that means that their economy wasn't so affected. On the contrary, it favored them and they have managed to have an increase in their income, moderating their expenses and having savings that allow them to have stability in what they need for their daily life. In addition, demonstrating that they had a good job, a good salary, and good management of the salary earned.
I, I think that the income of the vast majority of Colombians will decrease after the pandemic, since this caused a lot of employment in the country. And therefore, many families were left without economic support, leading them to use bank loans to be able to pay during this time. Therefore, after this pandemic, they will have to pay that debt, and therefore, the income will decrease.
The majority of the respondents considered that their income will remain the same, since their income is fixed because they receive money periodically or through variable income. That is to say that their income is inconstant, but they can make the necessary expenses for their daily living. Therefore, 41.7% consider that their income will be the same as in the previous period.
Thank you for your attention, and we will See you soon in the Juliet Informant TheGE.
I hope you enjoyed this discussion. Thank you for joining us and see you soon.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I hope to be with you again in a discussion for the GE News.
Thank you very much for this wonderful invitation. I hope that together with my family, with my college, we have been able to answer your questions.